will come down to South Africa with their own trucks. South African truck drivers cannot go to Zambia and drive Zambian trucks and bring them to South Africa. It doesn't make sense.
No. I think what he's talking is talking theory. Can I tell you something? I work for a trucking company. 6 of our trucks were banned in Durban, and I can tell you our trucks, they operate Durban to Zambia. They carry copper. So you are talking from hearing things that I'm on the ground. They ban our trucks, I mean, for no reason. And there are South African companies with trucks here that are going to Zambia with copper. There are South African trucks with South African drivers that are going to DRC via Zimbabwe. So you cannot say they said it. I like the word you use, basically. Basically, yes, basically they said what you are saying, but that's not what is on the ground. So let's not actually run away from what is on the ground and talk of the basics. We are not talking of the basics here. We are talking of what is happening.
Can I speak? Because I feel like can I speak? Because I feel like you've got a habit of saying things. You got a Nyandoro. I seen that you've got a habit of making big claims. Before you said South African government is receiving money for refugees and asylum seekers. Do you have a tangible evidence for that? Or is that a claim?
That doesn't need tangible evidence. Every country that actually accommodate refugees. No. Listen to me. If you don't know, I want to educate you now. Any country that accommodate refugees gets money from United Nations. There's no way South Africa can be just a good father to accommodate everyone.
Do you have benefiting. Do you have evidence? Do you have evidence from South African government, or you just speculate?
You can phone UN. You can go to UN now and ask them how much are they giving South Africans for refugees. It's common sense. You know what? Don't try to confuse people. It's common sense. It's known.
You don't have to shout. You don't have.
No, I'm not shouting. But you're asking a funny question.
I need to respond.
It's very funny.
I need let me talk so that it. I need to respond so that.
Okay, let's talk one by one so that we hear each other clearly.
Because when people run out of facts, they gonna try to overtalk you so that you cannot speak out. So basically, let's engage because. Let's engage and let's not be entitled. Let's not be entitled, guys. Let's engage. Let's engage as like scholars. What I'm saying is, do we have evidence of other African truck drivers driving South African trucks? We have seen other migrants driving South African trucks, right? We can all agree that historically there has been evidence of other African migrants driving South African trucks. Can we agree?
We like I can give you companies where South African drivers are going to.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
I do have evidence that there are South African drivers who are doing cross border.
Listen to what I'm saying. You need to listening is a skill. I said there are South African trucks that are driven by migrants in South Africa. Other migrants from other countries driving South African trucks. Can we agree with that?
Yes, it has been always like that.
Hello?
It has been always like that. Before you were even born, it was like that always.
But you need to say yes or no. Don't give me a long sentence. Is it? We do agree that.
Yes, I do agree. So, yes.
Yes. So we can agree that when people were protesting and burning trucks, it was people who were fed up, who didn't have to choose because this matter hasn't been addressed for a while. It's not that South Africans were targeting foreign trucks. They were just responding and burning any truck they see. They didn't care whether the truck was from Zambia, Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, be it. At that time, they were responding to a long ongoing thing that was being forgotten by a government. Can we agree?
We can agree, but you must remember something.
No,
that is the problem.
I need to finish. I need to finish.
Yes, we can agree. Let's agree.
Yes. Okay. So can we agree that if what South African truck drivers are calling for can be avoided, where South Africans drive their own trucks and other nations drive their own trucks, this whole thing can be avoided and we can all trade fairly. Can we agree that's how it's going to be?
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
I don't agree. Because remember drivers, because remember these foreign drivers, they're not employing themselves. So
they what?
They don't employ themselves. So it can only work if South Africans victimize the employers, not employees.
That's true, but remember, here's the thing: we're not gonna ignore the fact that African leaders are failing their own people and dumping them on South Africa. Now, imagine if African leaders can take care of their people, whereas there's no people who are available to exploit in South Africa. So I know I'm gonna say our government needs to deal with that, and South Africans need to deal with that, which is what we are currently doing. But everybody's crying xenophobia when we do it. Xenophobia, obviously, the attacks must be avoided. We shouldn't be attacking anyone, but the matter should be taken to the government where they need to address the issue of unemployment in South Africa. We cannot afford to have foreign truck drivers driving South African trucks when we have high unemployment rate. That is common sense, because South African truck drivers, they're not driving any trucks in any African country. So if we're going to do this Pan-African thing where we all come together, we need to trade fair. Let's do it fair on the table. South Africans are not driving any truck in any African country, unless if there's information that I'm missing.
Yeah, you are missing a lot. South African drivers are driving in other countries. They are driving, going to Mozambique. They are driving, going to Zimbabwe.
Do you hear what you said?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you are missing a fact. South African drivers are driving all over.
The South African drivers are driving. My guy, listen, South African drivers are driving in other African countries to deliver the goods from South Africa, driving South African trucks. You deliberately missing the point. South African truck drivers are not driving Zambian trucks.
The problem is.
Gentlemen. Sorry, I want to make clear from what I'm understanding Loz is saying and what Mr. Nyandoro is saying. Loz is saying there are South Africans who are driving trucks into other African countries, but they are not really working in those countries, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Mr. Nyandoro, on the other hand, is like, no, there are South Africans who are in other countries driving there, right?
Yes.
He said so, yes.
Yeah. So that's where the clarity should be.
Now, and he understands me very well. He clearly understands what I'm saying, but it's important for him to misquote me because it serves his own agenda. At the let's face it. Bottom line is, I'm saying South African trucks should be driven by South Africans.
I'm not misunderstanding you. It's like even the fact that you said the governments are not responsible. We spoke about it that with Temba, and we agree. But then, like you was talking of resources, you cannot claim that a person who's selling brooms in the street is taking the resources of South Africa when there's people like Rubens and all those people who are taking the resources of South Africa.
Why are we having someone from another country selling brooms in South Africa in the first place? Our immigrants laws say that's illegal. You shouldn't be here if you are here to sell brooms.
The problem is something you don't understand. I am from Zimbabwe, but my uncle was born here in South Africa. My uncle died here in South Africa. He was buried in Soweto, liberating this country. 3/4 of South Africans are using their mother's surnames. They don't know their fathers.
That has got nothing to do with anything. We're talking about countries here.
It has something to do. It has something to do because we are coming back to South. Let me tell you one thing.
That's illogical. Do you
really know? Do you really know?
We are
do you really know where you come from?
We are
no,
a country.
Really
Stop making up excuses. I don't care. At this point, I'm South African. Why does that?
You cannot. Hey, we have got the Muzilikas people.
Okay, let's speak one by one, gentlemen, so that we can understand each other.
Yes.
Temba,
we have got Muzilikas, the Ndebeles in Zimbabwe. Muzilikas, they are all the descendants of Shaka and Tingani. If you know history, and today we are saying no.
Nyandoro, listen, it doesn't
Yes.
matter. They went there before Zimbabwe. Listen, they went there before Zimbabwe was even a country. So let's face it, Zimbabwe is a mess. When Zimbabwe was doing good, you were not talking like this. You guys were not talking like this.
It's a mess because of Mbeki. It's a mess because of Mbeki.
Stop game
yes,
blaming.
It's a mess because of Mbeki.
Zimbabwe is a sovereign country. So Zimbabwe is a sovereign
it's not
nation.
separate because it's not separate because Mbeki actually go and change things that was already changed by Zimbabweans. He worked against the Zimbabwean people. The people voted Zambia out. Mbeki went there and actually say, no, Zimbabweans, you must work together.
Stop being emotional.
The thing is,
stop being emotional.
Sorry, gentlemen, I have to just give me a minute, okay? Let me interact with people here so that you listen to what they are saying, okay? First of all, I have someone called Christopher. Christopher is saying, why are you not complaining about plumbers and ESCOM full of engineers from Zimbabwe? And then someone says, you are missing the point here. We respect everyone who is here. It's foreigners who do not respect us. Hence, there is so many illegal immigrants here, okay? And then someone says the United Nations gives money for refugees from war and those who are persecuted by their government for political reasons, okay? And sexual orientation and all those economic migrants, all right? And then someone says you don't even vote in your country because you are busy fighting South Africa instead of fighting your own ZANU PF. So these are some of the comments that we are having here. And someone who was calling me on my direct line, I cannot pick up here because I'm communicating with others. So you can just use the link that I put. Okay, let's go ahead, guys. Anyway, let's continue. You have heard the comments, okay?
Okay, I need. Can I be clear? Can I be clear with one thing here?
Yes.
Okay, can you? Okay. Here's the deal. South Africa is improving its budget in terms of securing our borders currently. The Standard Bank has put one of the largest investment. So someone's micro. Someone needs to switch off their microphone.
Okay, I've muted them.
Okay. The Standard Bank has put so much investment on the border in Home Affairs general. The Home Affairs are going to work hard to secure our borders and deal with migrants. This thing of saying people trying to say they are South Africans and one is not South African, it's not going to work. At the end of the day, no one is going to do anything. South Africa is going to deport migrants that are not South Africans, and this has got people need to switch off their emotions and deal with the facts. South Africa is a country. South Africa is not a continent. If we know who's South African, we know who's not South African, and we know what it takes for someone to become a South African, even if they were not born in South Africa. At the end of the day, South Africa has got protocols and process in places to, like any country, like even Zimbabwe. So everybody in Africa cannot be a South African. I am entitled to my country because my 4 generations of my ancestors were born here. Probably it can go back and back. I just don't know how far. But I am a South African today. Zimbabwe is Zimbabwe today. Mozambique is Mozambique today. Then the devils that were mentioned here, they went to Zimbabwe before Zimbabwe was even a country. So we cannot come here and try to claim that those are South Africans. No, we've got more Botswana in South Africa more than Botswana. But we are not going to say the Botswana that are in South Africa are the same with Botswana that are in Botswana. No, we've got more Basotho people in South Africa than Lesotho. We are not going to wake up tomorrow and say the Basotho Basotho people in Lesotho are South Africans. It doesn't work like that. I understand the economy of Zimbabwe is not doing good, but let's not try to act smart here. South Africa is still a country, and we as South Africans are going to do everything to protect our country for our kids and our generation. And Zimbabwean people are going to do everything to protect their country as they should fix it. And so stop coming with these Pan-African ideas that are not practical. They don't work.
Sir, I think there's something you are missing on the South African constitution, because I believe South Africa says South Africa is for all who live in it. It's one of South Africans say, they always say that. And remember something, if whatever you guys are advocating for, it's not gonna work if your government, if your president is not actually standing up and say the same things with you. Because remember, He is going internationally and saying this is not right, this is not right, this is not right, and you guys are saying this is right. So as long as he is not actually agreeing with you, nothing will happen. It's just like you come to my house, you find my kids eating pap and salt. You don't ask them, why are you eating pap and salt? You ask the father, but daddy, can't you afford to buy kids meat? Why are kids eating without meat? So as long as you talk to my kids, you don't solve a problem. So by actual fighting with the Zimbabweans, you are not solving anything. And you are fighting someone who's really someone who's selling a broom.
Okay, Mr.
Can I
Nyandoro,
respond?
let's hear from VSA. We have got VSA who just joined us. Hello, please. Can you give us your contribution?
Okay. First of all, I was following the debate for about an hour now, and you guys clearly stating good points. But then I have questions on the drivers. You guys were listening. Well, you guys were listening. I think you were stating that drivers in South Africa are illegal, but then who's owning those transportation companies in South Africa?
Who is owning the transport companies in South Africa?
Yeah.
Hello. Can I respond? Should I respond?
Yes, sure.
You asked who's owning those trucks in South Africa?
The companies.
Was this your question? The companies. You asked who owns the companies. Why is that important?
Yes.
If before I carry on, before I continue answering you, why is that important?
It's important because from long way back then, our fathers used to work in South Africa. Our mothers used to go to South Africa to sell goods. South Africa is only a place whereby it's a port, it's a harbor, it's a place where everybody goes for trade. It's a road into the South African community.
Can I be clear? Can I be clear about one thing? You guys should know that we South Africans own South Africa. And
yeah, I think there's something wrong with your.
You guys are going to ask for at the end of the day. Hello, can you hear me now?
You are all clear. You are
yes,
all
we
clear.
can. You.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear now.
At the end of the day, South Africa is a country that belongs to South Africa. South Africa is not a playground for everyone in Africa, and we'll never accept that. South Africa stands as a sovereign country, and we've got our military. The brothers there, Nyandoro said, he mentioned something about our government not standing with South Africans. There was a sense of truth in what he said. But have you noticed that the ANC is losing votes? There's a reason why ANC is losing votes. And ANC, remember, in South Africa, the people govern, unlike in Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, the party govern the country. In South Africa, the people govern, and the wheel is turning. In 2024, a party that is going to win South Africa is the party that stands on migration, not ANC. ANC is losing power.
Sorry. That's
the
South
one that
African
has allowed all
that's South African politics. It doesn't have to do.
They working with
we Zimbabweans. We don't have to do
cheap labor.
Yeah, that's South African politics.
What are you saying?
That's South African politics. We don't care about which part is going to win in South Africa. It's not our problem. It's not our business. I'm saying South Africa from history. Mr. Nyandoro mentioned about history.
No.
South Africa is only the gateway.
Listen,
it's the southern gateway.
But you need to listen to me.
That's why we're talking about trucks. That's why we're talking about the port. That's why we import food. And we pay taxes.
Can I respond?
We pay taxes to South Africa. Why? Because Zimbabwe is a
Can I respond?
It's not only South Africa, Mozambique,
Can I
Namibia,
okay, wait a
Tanzania.
bit, Mr. Laws. Let him finish. Are you done, VSA?
I'm saying South Africa is only a gateway into Africa. It's only a path. And we are paying you for that. You're saying
okay.
we're
Please, can I respond? I need to respond. I need
Yes,
to
sure.
respond. You
Let me
cannot
give
come. You can,
Brother Temba, if something he has been,
but can I just say this, please? It's not fair. Let me just respond to this quickly.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Okay, you cannot ask me about the South African companies, which is South African politics, and when I respond, you say that's not your business. It's South African politics. Something doesn't make sense there.
That's why
You're not
I
making
asked you.
sense.
Okay. Now, if you go back to politics, I asked you which companies are owning those transportations. Transportation.
I was coming.
Okay.
I was coming to answer you. I was getting to answer you. I was
sure.
going to answer you.
Sure.
Yes, I was going to answer you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so which companies lost?
So yes, when it comes to South African, when
Your network is very
it
bad,
comes
Lozi. I think you
to
can
South
refresh. I
Africa,
don't.
I'm
Lozi,
responding because more than yes. Hello.
your network is bad. We cannot hear you, Lozi. JJ, welcome. Let's
Can
hear
you hear me now?
JJ while Lozi is fixing the network.
Can I come
JJ,
in?
hello.
Okay, guys, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to. He was asking about the matter of trucks, about why other countries do have South African drivers. But last year, I remember it is true that there are other South African drivers in other countries. But last year, they were called, not they didn't go to those countries and they take those opportunities out of nowhere. In South Africa, it is happening like that, that people just come and take those opportunities from South African. And this is caused by those companies want to exploit those people, e.g. in South Africa, if you have to repay the 10K, I'm just giving an example, but you found that these companies don't want to employ South African because they will pay 10K. Got that 10K, they can employ 5 people who are illegally in South Africa because they can't go to police station to open a case against that company. So they'll pay them 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. I'm just showing an example. So you see, this is a matter that South Africans don't go to other countries illegally and take their job opportunities. They are being called. Last year, they released a statement that it was which country, I forgot the country, that they need South African drivers. And indeed, South Africa made everything so that they can go and work there. They didn't just go and take job opportunities like that.
Okay.
Let me
Brother
let
Temba,
me let me just
Temba,
mention
let's
something
give the
here.
chance to
Yes,
Temba.
yes, my sister. On this issue of trucks, I hear my brother there asking who are the owners of these trucks. You see, they are the people that are called investors. They might
Yes.
be people from Europe, they might be people from Africa.
Zimbabwe.
But
Yes.
they might be from Zimbabwe, from Mozambique. But
Yes.
when they come to South Africa to operate in South Africa, they have a social responsibility to develop the area they are operating on. They have a social responsibility to employ locals. You see, it does not
Yes.
matter whether they are from outside South Africa, but they have that social responsibility. So, for an example, here in Richards Bay Harbor, trucks come here to deliver a cargo. It might be coal and other stuffs. They go and fetch coal from Mpumalanga, from Newcastle, and come and deliver it here in the port of Richards Bay. So, mind you, they are operating within the country. They are not crossing the border. So now it does not make sense if they operate within the country, but they don't employ South Africans.
Wait.
You see,
Point of correction.
does not make sense.
Those same companies, they have the right to employ whoever they want to employ.
No.
There is an agreement.
No.
Wrong.
That's false.
No.
According to the laws,
Wrong.
Wait.
you have to employ
Laws.
60% of South Africans. According to South African laws, you have to
Oh,
employ
okay.
60%
Yes,
social
yes.
responsibility.
According, yes, I understand you. That's the same thing. Now we're talking about. I'm personally stating
Okay,
Zimbabwe,
comrade.
Zambia, and
Hello,
South
guys. Can
Africa.
I remove one person there? Can I remove one person so that I can add someone? Then they can come back later.
Okay,
Okay,
remove
let
me. I
me
want to sort
finish
out
and
my network.
remove.
You can
Okay,
remove
okay.
me.
Let
So
I
I'm
me
going
want to
to
finish
sort.
remove
and remove.
Lozi. Okay, you can
Yeah.
exit
Yes,
Lozi. Thank you.
All right, Utemba. I was coming to the next point. There is a thing that we need to understand.
Okay,
Now we're
Toby,
talking as.
welcome.
Hello.
I was coming to the next point.
Guys, I just want to listen from you whilst I'm out of the net. I just want to contribute. Hello?
Okay, you can make your contribution.
Yes. Do you mind? Do you mind if you can mute other?
Okay, I
others
will
so that you can
let me
listen to
mute
me?
others.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes,
okay.
guys. Yes.
Sorry,
How-
can I make one point and then I will go off one point and
Oh,
then
sorry,
I move
sorry,
on.
Toby. Just wait. Let
I
him
can
finish. Then
allow
he goes.
others in. Yeah,
Okay,
I will make one point and move out. Ne?
okay.
My last point is on the issue of that money from the United Nations
Yes,
for
yes, yes.
refugees. Yes. On the issue of refugees, I think refugees should be grateful to South Africa because South Africa has really done better than many countries in terms of treating refugees. Because South Africa doesn't have refugee camps. People are just integrated into communities, whereas in other countries, there are refugee camps, people are in refugee camps. So on
Which
that
is
side, I
good.
think people should be grateful to South Africa for treating them like that. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you,
Temba.
sister. Please,
Okay, thank you
you
so
can
much.
take me
Okay,
out now.
okay, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Thank you,
Temba.
sister. Please,
Okay, thank you
you
so
can
much.
take me
Okay,
out now.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yes. How are you guys?
We are
How are
fine.